for that, and he had no voice.
Oh,
Voice. No bullshit.
Literally, go.
All right, so we are going to pass out paper projects. We've got like 8 of them in here. Open your eyeballs.
Giant fucking.
You mean trash? That's one.
Yeah.
I'm about to do workouts with this thing.
Eat.
Girls.
You guys cry too much.
Is this multiple or all one?
That is all your packets.
Put your hand there. I bet you break it.
What the fuck is this?
This
What show is this?
is your paper project.
What show is this?
Yeah.
What what
Why?
what show does be?
His name in front of it.
So-
like
Yeah, so this is a variety of shows we've done before. So these are legit plates that we have built from.
I remember Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful white
first year.
basketball.
So-
It's a wonderful freaking.
You are
life.
going to make a cut list on each and every sheet.
Oh great. That'll be fine.
It will be fine. So it's actually not that tough.
Yeah, but this is
A last day of class. It's all written on that front page. It's like you have the information there to do.
That's
this.
fucking
No way.
insane.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right. So as you guys are flipping through, do we need a refresher on how to do a cut list?
Wouldn't hurt.
All right. So I'm going to try to do it up here on the screen with one of these. So for this one here, it gives you the notes. So for this one here, it's
So common.
a Hollywood style construction, 1x3 frame, face with Luan. This happens to be a build 3. You do not have this one on your sheet
can go
because
with a
I'm not
bus like
doing
that,
one
come on
for
now.
you. So, ooh, this one is not done. It should have
like most silver show.
some little
I'm like
lines.
slacking.
Yep,
Oh.
but
Oh.
I also took like 8 shows worth of drawings and condensed them down into a packet. So,
It's crazy.
was I on this one? Close enough, yeah.
Why are they all in different like spots?
Why aren't they?
Like why aren't all of the shows all together?
You guys have any questions?
It's like
Because it's
Like-
too easy.
Wonderful Life. Writing
This is
Beach.
Good.
You could. Nice.
Why is it?
Yeah. All right, moving on. So doing the cut list here.
Yeah.
You are looking at your height here is 16 feet.
Yep.
But that 16 feet includes your top board and your bottom board here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So if this is a 1x3 frame, what is this being built out of? 1 by, and how thick is 1 by?
It's
3/4.
3/4. So if I've got 3/4 of an inch up here and 3/4 of an inch down here, how much am I subtracting from 16 feet? So that would leave me with what?
Oh my God.
So,
That would leave you.
All right, we're going there today.
let's
shit, dude.
let's lock in real quick, all right? Let's
You-
lock in.
You remember when I said I'm recording this for all the people that aren't here in class today?
Oh, you're probably laughing at me. Probably.
Yeah, but no, like this is literally going up on YouTube. So thanks for that.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
Let's start the week.
My name is Cruz Hero.
I would like to formally.
There's no one recording. That's a projector.
All right, so
Locking in.
16 feet minus an inch and a half gives you what?
15,
14 and a half.
Well, it's
16 minus.
15, 10 and a half.
Yeah, that.
And now we are going to be cutting 2 of those because you've got one on the left side and the right side. And now we've got our top and bottom rails are 4 feet, and those go the full length. So we can just say 2 at 4 feet 0 inches.
Whoa.
And now all of our toggles in the middle, including seam catchers, are all going to be the same length. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And how long will those be?
10.5. So
3 feet, 10.5 inches. That is all you need for your cut list.
oh sweet.
It also doesn't necessarily hurt. So once you get to doing the material estimating, which is the other part we're going to go over today.
That's what I was gonna be like, hey, we're gonna estimate lumber.
Yeah, we're going to estimate lumber. And so for this, all sheet goods come in what size?
No. No, it's like such
A sheet of plywood would be what by what?
It's 4x8.
There you go. So any sheet good, 4x8.
Keep good.
So in this case, it's getting faced with Luan. And this one's easy. 4x8 would be half of 16. So 8 plus 8 gets me my 16, 4 feet wide. So this would be 2 sheets of Luan. So 2 sheets of Luan. So this is all you need for a cut list. And then when you get to the estimating, this is where that build 3 will come into play.
Okay.
So I just care about the cut list for 1, and then we will math out the rest of that later. So now we're going to go into an Excel sheet. And we're going to start by listing out a plate number. So the bottom of all of those plates you have a number that go with them. You will notice that they are not in consecutive order. So I need to know what plate number you guys are on. So this is where you would say plate number, for this example, we are plate number 12. So then that goes down here at the bottom, but we will get back to that. We're just going to start on the layout of this whole thing. It'll take a minute to do your layout, but if you do this properly, it will do the rest of the work for you. So after the plate number, we need to know the quantity, which is where that 3 would come into play here. And then I can say 1x3, and then jumping over for the total, we'll go Luan, and then a total again, 2x4 total, plywood, and total. So the other thing that we want to do, let me remember where to find this. I need to get, there we go. So this is just for your sanity. We're going to go in here under the view tab, go freeze panes, and then freeze top row. Now, if you do that, see how when I scroll down, all of my top row stays there. It makes life a whole lot easier as you're going through and doing this.
Excellent. So I need like a whole class on Excel.
It does. Like you could do a whole semester on Excel
Yeah.
stuff.
It's insane.
But this is the other reason why I'm recording this to put on YouTube. So then you guys have a reference point to go back and watch this later as you guys are working on this. You're welcome. So now we're going to go into all of these total categories or total columns. And this is where you're going to make a total for each and every piece of material for each plate. So to do this, this is formulas, but they're easy formulas. All we got to do is say equals, because then it's going to say this box, this cell is going to equal the next round of stuff that I'm going to type into it. And I want to do B2, because that's that quantity. And then you're going to multiply that by C2. And then that quantity times the number of 1x3 you have per flat is going to give you a total here. We hit enter, and then right now that's going to tell us it's 0. Here's the next easy thing to do. Click on that 0 cell, do a copy, and then we're going to go down to 26 because you have 25 plates you guys are doing. And then you hit paste. And now, if you look up here where your information is, this top one is a B2 times C2. It automatically knows B3 times C3, B4 times C4. It's going to update all that for you. So now over here for Luon, we're going to go with a equals B2 times Luon is E, so E2. Hit enter again, and then we can copy that, paste that, and then all of these are the B's times the E's. Over here, we're going to say equals B2 times G2, enter, copy that down here, paste that. Oh, I forgot to paste. Let's see if that did that right. GB, yep. All that looks good. Now for plywood, B2 times I2
Equals.
thank you. Equals, boom. All right, got that, hit enter. Copy that, go down here, get all those and paste. So this is going to be the heart of our formulas here. And then down here, we can say, I actually want to go to formulas. And then I want to auto sum, and then it's going to do this whole category. But instead of going to D28, I just want to go to D26. And then I can go in and say, this is my 1x3 total. And then I'm going to do this for all of those. Change that to 26. And then this would be my Luon total. Auto sum. And then this is my 2x4 total. And then over here, auto sum. And then that's going to be my plywood total. Whoop. All right. So is this making sense so far how we're coming up with this?
Yeah.
Now here's the one last thing that we need to do is do our 1x12 total. Because remember, that's how we order our 1x3. And for that, all we need to do is equals, what is that, D29 divided by 4, because you can get 4 sticks out of every 1x12. Then hit enter there. So now, whatever our 1x3 reads out, our 1x12 will be 1/4 of that. So now we'll come back up here. We're going to do that plate 12 as an example. So if we go back and look at it here, everything is going to be out of 16 feet. And we're going to round on these. So 2 at 15, 10.5 just automatically rounds up to 16 feet. So there's 2 sticks. And then the 3 10.5, those are also going to round up to 4 feet. So I need 9 sticks total, or 9 pieces that are 4 feet long. 4 feet goes into 16 how many times?
14.
Mm-hmm. So, nope. 9.
Huh?
We need 9 oh, yep, sorry. So you got, yeah, 4 goes into 16 4 times, and we need 9 pieces total. So 4 goes into 1 stick. And then the other, so that gets you the first 4. Another 4 goes into another stick, gets you up to 8. And then you'll have 1 piece left over, which is a quarter of a stick. So you've got 2 here, 2.25 for all of this. So in total, you would need 4.25 pieces. So I can say 4.25. And then Luan, we decided that we needed 2 pieces for each flat. Right now, our totals are still reading 0 because we have not put in a quantity. So right now, that drawing says build 3. So if I add in 3 into the quantity, all of a sudden these 2 totals have jumped up. Come down here, look at the bottom. We need 6 sheets of Luan, 12.75 sticks of 1x3, which turns into 3.1875 sticks of 1x12. But you see how it's doing all that math for you? So now we could come back up here, say we're doing plate 15, and that's going to be some platforms where we need 3 sticks of 2x4 and 2 sheets of plywood. And we're going to build 2 of those. And there's that. And then it's already populated all of this information. So it's told us what we need here. We'll say plate 16 is 3 of those, which needs 5 and 3 and 8 and 2. And I'm just punching in some random numbers here for a minute. We'll say we need 8 of those with 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then 20 is 2 of those, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So now we've got some numbers here. Lets us see what's going on. We scroll down here. Wow, yep, I did that. So now this very quickly shows us what these totals are. So to do those drawings that we have up there, that's what we need. And now we've got one more thing that we need to do here. We've got what we actually need. And now we're going to do what we're going to order. So we need our 1x12, our Luan, our 2x4, and our plywood. And then here we're going to add in a cost. So if you look at that sheet, what's it say the cost of 1x12 is?
2080.
2080. Luan is what? 2x4 is what?
747.
And plywood is what?
2220.
God damn, that's what that actually used to cost.
Used to.
Used to.
More now?
Yeah, so those are the numbers from when we started doing this 6 or 7 years ago. You can't get plywood for less than about $50 a sheet now.
Get the fuck outta here, bro.
I'm not kidding. 2x4 is actually about the same. Luan is like 23 a sheet,
Get the fuck outta here.
and 1x12 is 30 something. So, all right. So I actually want to add one more row in here. Not there. I want it in there.
feel it right
So, and then we're going to put our totals down here. So we're going to say equals D36 times D37, enter, and then we're going to do this a few more times, equals F36 times F37 equals H36 times H37, and then equals J36 times J37, enter, for a grand total. And then I'm going to go back and do another auto sum. And here I'm just going to drag this over to catch those columns there. And then instead of 40, I just need that to go, instead of L40, it just needs to go to J40. And then hit enter. So now, this is where we add a human aspect back into this. So this 1x12, for example, I can't order 14.93 sticks of it. I'm going to, 15 is going to be the absolute minimum, but that leaves you 0 room for error. So instead of 15, I might order like 17. Instead of 59 sheets, I'm probably going to order 63, 65, somewhere in that range. So I'm just going to say 65.
So if you were to 60.
That's in the realm of possible. If you tell me 59, I'm going to say you should order some more. But if you also tell me you're going to order 75, yeah, that is way too much overhead. And so we'll play a game here in just a sec. So instead of 86, I'm going to order 90. And instead of 78 sheets of plywood, I'll order 80. Again, ballpark. So typically you want to do like 10 to 20% over, just depending on how well your shop runs. So and this is why we're doing these formulas. Because I can come up here and say, hey, I know for plate 18, I said that we need to build 8. Instead, we're going to build 10. It's gone through, it's updated all of that. I can come back here and go, oh, instead of what was that, 14 or whatever, it's now 16 and a half, basically. So I'm going to go ahead and round that up to 18. And the Luan that I said 65, was less than 65, is now up to 67. So I'm going to go ahead and order 70. And then that is still good. That's still good. Hold up. No, it's not, because I now need 90. So I'm going to bump this up to 95 to 100. And now I'm going to say, cool. These prices are not accurate. This now needs to be, we'll say, $48 a sheet.
Could you like technically make another like command like underneath order? So like D30, like D36, right? Could you do like whatever 1 times 12 total,
So
add like 3 to it? It'll automatically like update.
so with a lot more math and bullshit I could, but there's two factors to this. Is with all this math so far, I'm ending up with some fractions.
Oh, okay.
So first,
it'll put a fraction like down.
yeah, so first thing I want to do is round this up to the next high, or to the next full number. So instead of 16, this would be 17.
Yeah.
And then I need to go in and add a little bit of buffer to that. And I'm sure with enough math and whatnot, I could figure out how to get the program to do it. But it's going to be a hell of a lot quicker for me to go, hey, instead of 65 or instead of 16 and a half, I'm just going to order 18. That's all I want to mess with for it. If I really wanted to go in and do more math and put formulas in, I could, but I don't want to. But then also I can come in here and I can come in and change some prices. So like this 2080 for a stick of 1x12 is no longer valid. So I can say, actually, instead of 2080, let's call it 3232, just because I feel like it, and that's actually closer to accurate. So now instead of that 374.40, that's going to jump to 581.76. But then my grand total is also
Wow.
updating as I change any of this stuff.
Ah.
So this is why we go and update these formulas or put formulas in here so I can update as I get that information that I'm looking for. Which you guys better believe that I'm going to wait until about 2 days before this is due, and I'm going to change some of those numbers on this for
Bro-
you. Which will not be a problem if your formulas are done.
Here's the thing though. Realistically, can you just like erase all these numbers and just like copy this Excel and just email to us?
You know, I like the way you think.
Oh, he's gonna say no.
But no.
Yeah.
That's the way you think.
Because
We move on.
So, because like you said, Excel is one of those things where you could have a whole semester class just learning it.
Did you know they have like Excel competitions?
I believe it.
Like they do like esports where like
Nerds.
people they
Just
get
for
together and I don't know what like
It sounds
they
like you
do,
got a new game.
but yeah, it's quite literally like a whole competition.
No, it's
Wait,
some
Will,
crazy
this-
stuff.
You're taking a picture of nothing because it's like formulas.
Oh.
So-
No, you're good.
So you guys are welcome. I am doing a screen grab of this and I'm going to post a YouTube video so you guys have something to watch with this information.
Because you have like E2 times E2 equals
Yeah.
this,
So.
Yeah.
Yes, dude, like, you do like interest rates and income and APR and APY and.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So this sort of makes sense for you
You
then.
can do like budget stuff.
No, I just.
Yeah.
This.
So,
Because I didn't learn shit.
so yeah, that is more or less what we're doing with these formulas.
Okay.
Give me a nice grand total down here somewhere. And then I can even go in here and give me a big old box around it. Highlight that, do whatever you want. Let me know that that is the budget estimation for your show.
That's why we don't want to do Shrek.
I mean, I put in a whole bunch of dumb numbers up here just to give us something to look at. Your show will not cost this much.
It'll be
But
double.
so here's the next round of mindfuckery for you guys.
Can't wait.
Everyone's packets are slightly different.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was about to ask, I was like, we only have to do.
I know I'm missing
I
a-
see up
a-
there, you
the
got
person
like
that looked-
sheet 13
sorry.
or 14 or whatever.
I
And I
was
start looking
I
for
was
it.
gonna ask you
So-
about the work stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna-
I don't know if you're doing like.
Your
prison,
plate- what's your plate one?
and I
So
don't have
so
it.
your
Yeah.
the plates down there in the corners are the numbers you should be putting down. A lot of you also have let me find what plate number it is. That's okay. So you got some of you are going to have this plate as your very last plate. It'll be our town, it'll say USI Theater, it'll be plate 3 of 30. Just call that plate 41.
31.
What the very last one?
Oh, there's
It'll be, if you have this one, it'll be the last one in the packet.
Put it
So
41?
you will label that as 41 in your Excel sheet.
Yeah,
University.
Yep.
you don't mind you.
So yeah,
This is my first time like doing something in Excel and like, fuck.
Dude, I haven't done anything.
Sorry,
Excel.
dude.
It's like, sorry, you.
it will not be that terrible.
I know. Listen, bro,
So-
ADHD and numbers and
Yeah.
shapes just don't go together. It gives me a panic attack.
So here's what I would encourage all of you guys to do is we did it over here. So we went through and did our cut list.
Yeah.
And again, do something like, oh, not quite wrong way to do a circle. We'll do a circle like that. Give me a circle or something around your answer. Because I expect a lot of you guys to give me a lot of chicken scratch as you're trying to map out what this stuff is.
Oh, yeah.
Which you can also do on the back side of the sheet, but if you want to do it on the front side, great. I don't care. just make sure that I can find your answers. But once you do this, you can come in and do something else for yourself, which what'd we say? This was 4.25 sticks of 1x3, 2 sheets of LAU of Luon. Give yourself a note like this. Do this on each and every plate that you have to do. And then as you're doing your Excel sheet, you just have to flip from one page to the next and punch those numbers into your sheet. And then once those numbers
Are
are
you open
punched
back to it?
in, if your formulas are all set up, then that's all that you'll need to do.
Yay.
And then on like the class before this is due, I'll come and say, hey, plate number 12, instead of build 3, you're going to build 4. Instead of 1 by costing this much, it's going to cost that much.
Cause inflation.
And then you just update those two numbers in your Excel sheet, and then it'll fix everything else for you. You just have to compare the what you need versus what you order. And that's the only human factor that you will have to adjust manually. Everything else in here will take care of it on its own. There is one more thing. Let me see if I can find one here. So a lot of these will have a build, like a build 4, build 2, or this one here says R&R.
Gotcha.
That is reverse and repeat. So as far as you guys are concerned, that really just means build 2. In reality, what that means is R&R is build 2 for your estimation. But then when we are actually constructing this, it is reverse and repeat, which means we just want,
You flip it.
yeah, you flip it. Why did it only flip half of that? That's interesting. I'll have to look into that. So yeah, we're going to flip it and build a mirror image is what that means when you're constructing something like
But it's
that.
the exact same.
Exact same build and everything,
It's just reverse.
just reversed.
Fuck is happening?
There's things you just don't question anymore.
I'm learning that.
So yeah, if you've seen R&R, do your cut list, and then on your Excel sheet, that would be a quantity 2. And that's how those work out.
Okay,
This makes sense.
got it.
So
Interesting.
I know it's a little bit of setup with the formulas, but these are pretty simple, straightforward formulas. And then it's more about just getting all your cut lists down.
Should do we can count
Yes.
What if we don't have Microsoft Excel?
Just so you
Google
know.
Sheets work?
Google Sheets will work.
Okay.
It should work. We'll find out together. But yeah. But also, like they said, that Excel just comes with the MyUSI stuff. Like you should be able to get into that through the Office suite.
Point and such.
So if we
For free.
both let's find this out. So here on MyUSI, is it,
Autocomplete.
Yeah.
yeah, where's that at?
It's still Office 365 on it.
Yep, that one. All right. So
I pay for mine because I'm not a broke boy.
once you hop in here, you can just click on this Excel or go to Excel, and then do blank workbook. And then here it is.
Also,
So you can do everything right in here.
And it saves to your OneDrive.
It saves to your OneDrive. And then when you're done, you can do this share button right here. Give me a copy link. Yes, so then that way I can take your thing and look at it and adjust it without you guys having access to it after that. No, I'm going to see how your formulas look and maybe adjust things and make my own notes in there so I can grade off of that.
she went, "Ah."
So,
Cool.
So yeah, you guys can all get to Excel through my USI in order to do this.
Dope.
So, any other questions about how to do any of this?
I'm sure if I have questions, I'll email you.
We will have a few work days on this. I highly encourage you guys to get working on this stuff. So when we come in for the work days, you have a list of questions to ask. As opposed to trying to just sit here and figure it out and run out of time and be, oh shit, I wish that I had seen this before I was done with class so that I could have asked about it. And so,
As long as everybody's working on it, I should be able to mirror just fine.
okay.
If everybody else is doing it, I will have no problem.
Yep. So yeah, feel free to bring laptops in. I have actually cleaned this up a whole lot more than what it used to be. I've purposefully left information out so you guys have to ask questions and let me know that you're actually looking into this stuff and seeing that you understand it. So I don't guarantee that all of those plates have all the information you need.
Take the screwdriver out.
I can't.
So
Yeah, you can. Do it at the actual.